Hey friends, today we're going to be doing another lesson on fact and opinion. We are going to read this book about butterflies, and then we are going to be looking at some different statements and we're going to label them as fact or opinion. We learned earlier this week that a fact is a statement that is proven to be true. So that means if we did research, we read a book about that same subject, that is what we would find. An opinion is what somebody believes or somebody thinks or the way they feel about it. So opinions are neither right or wrong. All right, so here we go. The book, the title is The Life of a Butterfly. What do you see on this milkweed leaf? It looks like a little jelly bean or a dewdrop. But come closer and you'll find that it's really an egg and something alive is hidden inside. Soon the egg is ready to hatch. A tiny baby squiggles and wiggles its way out. Do you know what it is? It's a caterpillar, and it's very, very hungry. And down here it says, this is how big the baby caterpillar is, and it gives us an example of 1 inch. That's a text feature that we often find in nonfiction text, and it gives us a little bit more information about how big a baby caterpillar really is. Right now, the caterpillar eats its eggshell. Then it begins to nibble leaves. It eats and eats, growing bigger and fatter, and as it grows, it changes. Now the caterpillar has velvety stripes. Munch, crunch! The caterpillar is an eating machine. It moves along the milkweed plant, chewing up the leaves. The caterpillar has strong jaws on its head for chewing. It holds onto the leaf with its 16 legs. 16 legs must mean that there's 8 on each side. When it's about 10 days old, the caterpillar stops eating. It looks for a safe place to rest. This is how big the caterpillar is now. This diagram right here shows us that it's almost about 1.5 inches. That's a text feature. A diagram is a text feature that's often found in nonfiction text and gives us a little bit more information. The caterpillar crawls under a leaf and hangs upside down. Then something amazing happened. The caterpillar begins to change shape. What letter of the alphabet do you think the caterpillar looks like? Wow, to me it looks like it's a J. The caterpillar has become a chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, incredible things are happening. Nature is putting on a kind of magic show. It is turning the caterpillar into something new. One week later, you can see what's inside the chrysalis. And it's just starting to come out. It pushes and pushes until the chrysalis splits. Look, a beautiful monarch butterfly. The butterfly only has 6 legs, but it has grown brand new wings. At first, they are wet and crumpled. Slowly, the butterfly stretches them out. So down below, they gave us a great diagram. It's 4 pictures and with different clocks. This one says 12. This one is a little bit past 12. This one is 12:05, and this one says 12:15. So it shows you that all this takes place within about 15 minutes. You can see the monarch's wings inside the chrysalis. The monarch's head pokes out of the chrysalis shell first. The monarch hangs onto the shell to stretch its wings. How long does it take the monarch to break out of the shell and stretch its wings? Well, I told you about 15 minutes, from 12 to 12:15. The monarch rests and lets its wings dry in the sun. All the velvet stripes are gone now. Instead, the butterfly is covered with tiny scales. This is how long the butterfly is. So here's another diagram. And they gave us a ruler on the bottom, and it shows that the wingspan of the butterfly is about 4.5 inches. Take a close look at the monarch's wing. Tiny scales give the butterfly its color and pattern. Soon the butterfly can fly. It flutters from flower to flower. The butterfly has a straw-like tube on its head. It pokes the tube into a blossom to sip nectar. Nectar is a butterfly's food. You can find butterflies wherever there are flowers. There are 12 butterflies fluttering in this garden. How many monarchs can you count? So a monarch is one of the ones that's like the black with the orange. So look closely and see how many you can count. Monarchs are poisonous. Their bright colors warn birds and other animals to stay away. They say, "Don't eat me. I taste awful." As soon as there's a nip in the air, monarchs do what many birds do. They fly south for the winter. On wings as thin as tissue paper, they fly across the ocean. And when different animals fly south for the winter where the temperatures are warmer, that's called migration. Thousands of monarchs travel together. These monarchs are resting on a tree in Mexico. When spring comes, the monarchs will fly north again. So this is a map, and it says, in the fall, the monarchs fly to Mexico and California. This map shows some of the paths they follow, and the red lines are the paths. This is an example of a text feature because it gives us more information about where the monarchs go when they migrate south. On the way home, a monarch drops something on a milkweed leaf. It looks like a little jelly bean or a dewdrop, but you know what it really is and just what's hidden inside. Okay, so this is the story of the life cycle of a butterfly, and in particular a monarch butterfly. And we know that a cycle is something that happens over and over and over. So it's basically a pattern in nature. And I want you right now to think about using your transitional and positional and ordinal words to describe the life cycle of a butterfly. How does it start? What happens next? Then, after that, and last. And see if you can practice sequencing the events of the life cycle of a butterfly. So, one other thing I wanted to add is that a butterfly begins as a caterpillar. And when an animal starts as one thing and ends up as something else, we call that complete metamorphosis. Okay, so now, after reading our book, we're going to have several different statements, and we're going to label them as fact or opinion. So I'll read the statement, and if you want to pause and think about how you would answer it, you can do that and then catch back up with us. Okay. So the first one is done for us. So let's just read it, and then I can kind of discuss why it's a fact. Monarch butterflies are orange, black, and white. That's a fact, because we could tell right from our book that those are the colors we're going to see on a monarch butterfly. Whether it's in that book, at a butterfly garden, that's what we'll see. Number 2, a monarch butterfly has a wingspan of about 4 inches. In our book, they showed us the diagram where the wingspan was about 4.5 inches. So that really is about 4 inches. So I can tell you, we can prove that to be true, right? If we went and saw butterflies and maybe somebody measured one, that's probably what we would see as well. So we're going to label number 2 as fact. Number 3, they really are pretty butterflies. I like them a lot. When somebody says that they like something, that's a clue or a hint right then and there that that is an opinion. The monarch butterfly migrates or flies south. We read that in our book. We could probably search that on the internet. We could probably look at another book and we'd find that same information. So the monarch butterfly migrates or flies south is a fact. We can prove it to be true. Number 5. It will start at home, then fly to California, then to Mexico. That is the same information that we read in our book. And we also saw that on the map in the book. So we're going to write fact for number 5 because it's proven to be true. Number 6. I would not like to fly that far from my home. Okay, in that statement, someone says I, and they're also stating what they would like to do or not like to do. So when the word like is included in the statement, that's considered a opinion. So we're going to write opinion for number 6. Number 7. I think the monarch butterfly is the best insect. Whenever the statement includes the word best, that's a clue or a hint that that statement is an opinion. Okay, so let's review a little bit. Facts are statements that are proven to be true. Opinions are how someone feels on a certain topic or what they believe or think, and are not right or wrong, but they're definitely not proven. So fact or opinion.